Alright folks, welcome back to Let's Play Starcraft on the Mysterious JG. And this microphone thing's driving me up the wall. Yeah, maybe I'm being like crazy overanalyzing it now, but I'm just like, got my new headphones from Radio Shack. Not expensive, I just needed some that had the right kind of connector and allow me to hear the freaking game sound. My old Logitech ones, the sound sounds better to me when I record it in Starcraft. When I just do two recordings in Sound Recorder and they're not over a game, they don't sound that different. I don't know. I think I'm just lost all perspective. So rather than dwelling on that, let's just get on with an eye for an eye for an eye for an eye. Leaves everyone blind, except Tassadar. Tassadar has more eyes than the Overmind, and the Zerg need to realize this. The swarms have crushed the... And I've started over again by mistake. Awaken, my child. Awaken to the fact that you didn't choose a freaking mission that defaulted the very first one. Eye for an eye. Primary hive cluster, planet jar.
Behold, my long silence is now broken.
Yeah, he had been kind of quiet.
I am made whole once more.
You been okay, buddy?
The cunning Protoss have dared strike down that which was immortal.
Was immortal.
For the Protoss who murdered Zaz are unlike anything we have faced before. These Dark Templar radiate energies that are much like my own. And it is by these energies that they have caused me harm.
What a bunch of jerks.
Yet shall their overweening pride be their downfall. For when the assassin Zeratul murdered Zaz, his mind touched with mine.
Zeratul, what a stupid name.
Were made known to me. I have taken from his mind the secret location of Ire, the Protoss homeworld.
Oh shit, here we go.
At long last, my children, our searching is done. Soon we shall assault Ire directly.
Nice.
For now, we must ensure that the Dark Templar can cause no more harm. Cerebrate, you shall set a trap for our foes. Kerrigan will lead them to you.
Excellent. So the Dark Templar, who are being introduced as this scary new type of Protoss, even though we haven't really learned anything about the non-new Protoss yet. Whatever. The Dark Templar, led by someone named Zeratul. What a tool. They are, they coming for us, nigga, but now we coming for them. They killed Zaz, and, we can't let that stand. Zaz is my favorite Cerebrate because he's the only one whose name I could remember. Now remember, this one is being quite losable, because it's one of those missions where you can lose without your whole base being overrun. You can lose if somebody escapes, so you have to guard certain exit points. Starcraft tips. Use the Plague spell to severely damage any unit or building. It will cause up to 300 points of damage to its target, but will not kill a target. You can move ground forces quickly between colonies using the Nidus Canal. That's good to know. So those Zerg beacons need to be protected. And, yeah, this is kind of a tricky one. We cannot let any guys reach these beacons. But, yeah. Always used to have trouble with this one. So how do they actually get here? Okay. And if you go through a Nidus Canal, where do you pop out? You popped out over here. So you can go help guard. Well, I think this means that, yeah, we've got Ultralisks. See? Hey, check it out, Ultralisk. That must mean that, I think that means we've got all the technology. Oh, it's like the plot Protoss. no point in waiting. We've got Nidus canals connecting all these spaces.
Require more minerals.
Nidus canals, by the way, are these things. As you saw, when you click on them, they bring your guys over and take them to a new location. They're like underground tunnels that the Zerg units can use. See how they popped up here? Isn't that cool? Now, I think in this mission I can be attacked at my bases, but the main way that you're going to lose is if you allow them to get units to overrun one of these positions.
I'm listening.
So which one of these is the most poorly defended? And we'll go move Kerrigan over there. Where did Kerrigan just pop up? Over here. Okay, good. This is probably the most poorly defended. I don't see how it is that Kerrigan is leading them to us, but whatever. You got the guys that we're supposed to stop from escaping are a Dark Templar. Now the game doesn't really tell you this at this point, but they are permanently cloaked ground units, which means that you need to have an observer over each of those spots, which they are kind enough to provide for us. And you need to basically not be terribly worried about air units other than for doing anything other than killing your guys who are supposed to be guarding against the ground units. So we got the Nidus canals. We're using the zoom dudes out. I don't think we need to worry about these little bases being attacked, because I think to access them they would need to get at bases that are on the other sides of things that we're defending. What am I talking about? In order to get to these bases where we just got a little bit of creep spread out, and we're just a little bit country, a little bit rock and roll. No, to get these bases like this, we just got a tiny bit of creep and a Nidus canal just so that we can get troops to where we need them. They would have to get past these guys, and their objective if they attack those guys is going to be for a Dark Templar to escape, I would expect. But this is definitely one where I want to save periodically because I can lose. At a moment's notice, everything seems to be going great, and suddenly, oops, they snuck somebody past you, and you weren't paying attention, you lose. I need a spawning pool first. So never mind that. Sadly, there's no way to extend creep over here, because when I first started playing as the Zerg and I was in love with their set 'em, forget 'em stationary defenses, I always wanted to get sunken colonies and stuff out there. But they are intentionally placed amongst lava so that you have to use mobile forces. I saw a Protoss observer sneaking by there. You know what? Forget about the carapace. The important thing is going to be killing enemies quickly. The really important thing here is going to be... This seems to be the place that's getting all the attacks, for whatever reason. And those Hydras are not looking very good. So once I've got a Hydra Den going, I need to move some Hydras over there. Right now, I could reinforce with a couple of Zergling at least. And I should probably get some more Overlords going. I should probably have a spare Overlord at each base.
Require more minerals.
Okay. So, although this could come back to bite me, I don't really feel like I need to build a lot of defenses at my base. I feel like the threat of us losing here is them overrunning these positions. Although eventually it might be a good idea to go out and attack some of these enemies and see what they got going on.
Our forces are under attack.
I just started... Okay, it was over here. Eventually they're going to hit some of these other spots, I'm sure of it. But they're not really doing a whole lot right now. Wouldn't mind getting some faster Overlord movement so I could try to scout a bit.
Evolution complete.
Where is that evolution completed? There's minerals or something up here. Ooh. Should we be taking a base up here? Is that what we're supposed to be doing? Let's take a look. It's in a book, Reading Rainbow. I don't know if an infinite number of them are going to try to escape. There are stationary defenders, but no workers. It's one of those silly little things where it doesn't represent in any way a realistic situation. It's just they want to make you work a little bit to take those resources. Again, any old time.
Evolution complete. Evolution complete.
Any old time they could start attacking my bases and I'll be totally unprepared. Well, no, they can't get there from this. No, they can come up here. They can come up there. That would be bad. Get a single sunken colony going to prevent that. That'll take care of the threat. Somebody's shooting at me. Okay. They killed a Zergling. Those bastards. Should leave room for a creep colony in case I just want to build one just to expand this base a little bit. Okay. get you guys over here. Because they did kill one Zergling.
We require more minerals.
Son of a gun. This might be foolhardy, but see just how poorly defended are these resources. How much effort would it take?
Our forces are under attack.
Being attacked. Oh, there's aeroplanes over here.
Our forces are under attack.
Oh. Damn. Yeah, I should have built a spore colony here. Not sure what would have damaged him. Yeah, they can keep shooting at that guy for a while if that'll make him happy. I'll wait for the hydras to show up. Which way are you gonna flee now, buddy? You're surrounded. So, alright, I'm not talking much, but I do need to get some kind of anti-air stuff going. They're building scouts. What I really need then is a good air force, because scouts can pop up any old place and just cause me headaches. There we go. Quick, clean kill. I guess we'll just hang out here in case anyone comes back, but looks like there's more resources over here. Maybe we'll go check those out. We should all be heading in the same direction, though. Oh, no, that's an actual Protoss base. Okay. We'll leave that alone. Alrighty. Maybe I can build up a base here that will harass their workers with sunken colonies that can see their workers.
Evolution complete. Evolution complete.
Alright. So far, so good, but it's hard to tell when a big old attack's going to come and completely overwhelm any of these bases.
Our forces are under attack.
Okay, doesn't look like anybody made it out of there. Kerrigan got a kill, that's good. just in case somebody sneaks by over there, I suppose. And another way, upgraded this to a hive so I could get level 3 attacks. I don't have enough resources to use them because I just keep building new drones. No, I didn't mean that. Yeah, so the Midas Canal can be very helpful.
Our forces are under attack.
Zerg tend to use them a lot during these campaign missions where you're playing against the Zerg, because they tend to start out with these huge, well-defended bases that take up the entire map, and the Zerg from different hive clusters have to be able to support each other. So yeah, if I can get some sunken colonies here, that'll really piss them off. They're the ones who are attacking this section here. Although I'm wondering if they don't seem to have much going on. I might be able to just go up there and take them out.
What is it now?
I've only got one kill and it's pissing me off.
What is it now?
Somehow a Hydralisk stole that kill. I am furious. But the concept of killing them with sunken colonies is just too good to pass up. This will probably generate more trouble than it's worth, but I don't know if that was a scout.
Our forces are under attack. Evolution complete. Evolution complete.
I don't think they're doing much with whatever minerals they gather. This will just piss them off a lot. Oh, there's an observer. You can tell it's like all cloakedy and stuff.
We require more minerals.
Damn it. Now I'm already wishing this thing could count. Uh-oh. Ah, crud. I know what they're doing. I'm not sure what they're going to send that guy around to kill this sunken colony. There must be a path over here or something. Sending Zergling because they're kind of the least valuable unit, but they're probably not the wisest ones to use because they'll all get wiped out. Sneak up here. Is it slowly crawling along, or am I? Yeah, I suspect it was slowly crawling along up here, but maybe not. I'll hold them back for right now. Yeah, now it's just confused. I thought it was coming up here to attack us somehow, but... Excellent. Whoa. Now, I should have access to some pretty damn good air units soon. Oh, cool, and this guy can just keep attacking that pylon. Oh, I'm having fun with this mission so far. It is going to take forever at this rate. I need to, I think I need to eventually wipe them out, but... Yeah, this was always going to happen. So that thing could die. To get them some air support, they seem to have zealots, and it looked like reavers were heading my way. If that's what this base is going to do, then yeah, that'll blow them up. That reaver will still be able to take us out. Come up here and join these guys. Have a little mini air force going.
Evolution complete. Evolution complete.
So it was just kind of fun to mess with them. Now they coming for us, nigga. They did kill one of my hydras this time, so those guys, I need to remember to reinforce them eventually.
Our forces are under attack.
They killed 2 of them. You get my Ultralisk involved. It's got some decent firepower by Zerg standards. 29 damage with the Kaiser Blade. Some folks call it a Kaiser Blade.
Our forces are under attack.
That was a Dark Templar, so I'm glad we got rid of him. He made the sound of one of them dying, I believe. That was their little lightning magic spell. It's irritating, and they like to use it on you when you are distracted by another battle. As I was there. You just send reinforcements over here to fill in the gaps as needed, and you find yourself getting attacked by their area of effect lightning spell while you're trying to do other things. But I think what I'm going to do is start building up my air force. Because eventually, I believe, we have to wipe this map clean. Good way to get that started is to get rid of this gateway so they can't build any more dragoons, which are the only threat to my air guys over here at the moment.
Our forces are under attack.
Alright, let's mess with their population limit here. This thing can keep building drones if it wants to. They'll just get killed by the sunken colonies. Waste their resources, that's fine. I think this can build observers, so I should probably get rid of it, but... Okay, I'll have another little Air Force group here.
The cluster is under attack.
And I can merge them, I guess. You two hang over here and... Ah, crap, looks like I'm gonna need more overlords. Although, in order to get the fun spawn more overlord message...
Spawn more overlords.
There we are, wasn't that fun? Ah, what am I gonna use? Transport. Don't just research everything you see, JG. Ultralisk Cavern. Dang. It's the only building we haven't had yet, folks, that allows us to build Ultralisks, which we start out with a couple in this mission, but this will allow us to build more. They are the most expensive of the Zerg units, as you probably not going to be that shocked to hear. Let's save our game because it's been a while, and as I said, you can you lose this one all of a sudden if you're not paying attention. We know there's more Protoss bases somewhere because there's electric guys over here. The electric company's hanging out over here. So they've got to have a base someplace. Space is the place.
Evolution complete. Evolution complete.
Oh shit, that's why you gotta hate those guys. Look at how quickly those guys all died there. That was a disaster. Okay. See, no, that's perfect though. They just build one little resource gatherer and he just starts dying a lot. Alright, so that sucked. The Flyers might not be my best strategy. Nothing to research at the Ultralisk Cavern. In Brood War, there will be some upgrades. You can actually upgrade your armor and your attack on these guys. We can upgrade their movement, I think it is. And
Yes.
so that was a Happy Cloud Man. I believe they're actually called Archons. Bobo and I always call them Happy Cloud Men. They'll kill you pretty dead. Hydras are by no means immune to the electrical area of attack. Area of whatever. They are not immune to those spells that those guys cast, which just hit a certain section of the map. But it's close-ish. I don't think they stack quite as thick as the Mutalisks do. Mutalisks are, more than any other unit in the game, really get slaughtered by area of attack spells like that. What you guys working on this other base? Or we have to think about taking over this base too? Yeah, I might as well get on with it. Maybe that'll sucker the Protoss into attacking somewhere else. Because I think there's different Protoss teams, and this one's just about finished, so... Alright, so... I only got one Overlord here. That's actually kind of dangerous. Let me spawn more Overlords so that I can have one or two hanging out over there. I just want you to go exploring. Explorer reporting. Didn't mean to set my mouse down right then. Okay, so he's dead.
Once again, I grow tired of slaughtering your servants. Have the mighty Templar lost their infallible courage?
Infallible?
Well spoken, concubine of the Zerg.
Although courage isn't really
Although we
infallible.
strike at you from the shadows, do not think we lack the courage to stand in the light. You would do well to abandon this attack.
You seem overconfident of your abilities, Dark One. I am no helpless cerebrate to be assailed under cover of darkness. I am the Queen of Blades, and my stare alone would reduce you to ashes. You and your ilk cease to amuse me. Prepare yourself for Oblivion's embrace.
Cool. So, I guess I triggered that just by finding this base, but whatever. Seems like this would be a good time to start attacking. Except that I require more minerals. Alright, so that'll give us 12 Hydras. We'll see what good they can do. They're fully leveled up at least. And we'll send Overlord over to see what's what. He may get attacked en route. We will have to see. He will certainly get attacked en route if he doesn't pull back. So we might want to do one more Overlord over here. Because I want to have an Overlord kind of trailing these guys as they attack. Since I might find Dark Templar. Or this base might be a bunch of nothing. I want to prioritize those targets that build stuff that can kill you. Robotic support, I think that's required for Reapers or Reavers, but they may have redundant robotic support bays. Alright, so you're following one of them, aren't you? Thought you were following one of them. Let's explore a bit more of the map. Give my guys a chance to rest up. Oh, I didn't realize there was a base right over here. Although it's a base that doesn't really care. It's not really a base, it's just a tower. Okay, so this was meant to be taken over as an expansion too. Fair enough. Alright, I might be over-preparing for this one. Taking lots of time, building more stuff than I'll actually need, but it's fine. It's nice to hang out on Char playing as the Zerg. In Starcraft 2, spoilers, you do fight the Zerg on Char at one point, and they make a big freaking deal out of it that, like, you know, you're totally on the Zerg's turf when you're on Char, and you're going to face a huge army of them and prepare to get owned and that kind of thing. Is there dudes hiding up here? Yes, there are. And they killed one of my guys. Now I'm just researching everything. This will be the first mission where I'm allowed to uncover the whole Zerg tech tree, I believe. Did not do a defiler mound yet. It's considered the most advanced Zerg building, but for whatever reason you get it before you get the last of the oh, you get the Ultralisk whatever building. Kill that motherfucker. and then you all die, but whatever. Oh, you're dead anyway. Okay. It'd be expensive, but I could set up, set up this down here just so that I could start building sunken colonies and stuff. But getting some getting some defilers going wouldn't be a bad idea, because there's... Oh no. There's a Dark Templar. See him there? Look at him with this little cape. Thinks he's all badass. Yeah. That was his bad luck that he showed up right when I was starting my little base, so I don't think I have to worry about that happening again if I try that again. And because I canceled construction, it turned back into a drone, so I lost the drone, but I didn't lose the resource commitment to build a new base. I'm just playing around with this now. I don't know if it's really necessary to do all of this. In fact, I know it isn't necessary, but...
I'm listening.
You wanna fuck with this base? You gotta fuck with me!
Cerebrate. They've fallen out of place.
Oh. Okay, I didn't realize that they would get upset about that. Yeah, there's supposed to be overlord over each of these beacons.
Cerebrate.
Huh?
Your overlords are in place. Be certain that they remain there.
Why don't you be certain to bite me, pseudo-Zaz? I think this must be it for the teal guys. Oh no, they split up. It'll be harder to kill them. Yeah, they're gathering at their last little sanctuary, which is this one pylon. Yep, so I'm starting to think that little base down there in the corner is the last thing they had.
Yes.
Yeah, what up, Cerebrate? How you doing? Alright, so I almost got the full tech tree. It's always a good feeling. And you'll see the creep moving along in weird little patterns, because there's not a lot of places it can go. This is a fun little way of closing off the last little hope they have of escape. They send like one Dark Templar once in a blue moon to try to escape, but basically it's now just a regular old finish off their last base kind of mission. And we're sucking up resources as fast as we please. I believe it's 200 for an ultralist, 200 minerals and 200 Vespene. Yeah. And they take up a big chunk of population. So the teal base built Reavers. That was the biggest threat really, but only because the computer doesn't seem to be smart enough. They will use, when you attack their base, although they did do it one time, they used the psionic storm, the electrical area of effect attack against me, but generally, no. Generally, they don't do that much. So nobody's going to come from over this way, most likely, which means that this will... This would be an end to this place as being threatened. They would have to come all the way up here. Which, I mean, they could do, but I don't think the computer's usually that smart about its...
I'm listening.
Tracking. Okay, come on, JG. Time to end this thing. The resources aren't coming quite fast enough for me to build an unstoppable army of Ultralisks, but that's the direction I'm moving in with my thought process here, mostly on account of the fact that they're pretty resistant to stuff like Psionic Storm. So I'll use these guys to do my last little bit of scouting. Spend all that money researching them up, and then really not going to be able to use them in this last push. They're going to try to get over here and attack me, and maybe there is a path up on this cliff, but... That's the great thing about harassing attacks with flyers. They don't know how to get up here and get... Oh, one of them got off a shot, but then he kind of moved back out of position. Okay, forget it. Forget it. We're gone. Sorry we bothered you. Oh, please don't kill me. You very nearly kill. You did kill me. Okay. I guess it was this base that used to be here that I've taken over that was occasionally attacking here. I'm going to save my game, but I feel like, I mean, I'm not able to build a huge army to pull the trigger because I've still got forces defending all these bases, but honestly, oh boy. Those guys have tons of shields and very little life. They're kind of a special enemy type. So pull the guys defending this thing off. It's a bit of a risk, but I saved my game. Nobody can really get to them anymore. Oh, well, this is not the way that I intended for them to travel. Is there oh, there's no land route across. Did not realize that. Alright, so come this way. You can work over here. So that means I'm going to have, I need 4 more. I've got enough for that. So I can give you a 12 Ultralisk rush. That'll be fun. That'll be something you guys haven't seen yet. That's the strongest unit the Zerg have. Easily the weakest of the strongest units. By which I mean, although you can argue it isn't their strongest unit for the Zerg, and you can argue about, well, what is the strongest unit for the Terrans and the Protoss and blah blah. It's pretty much inarguable that a reasonably strong, endurable, but capable of being irradiated and turned into broodlings, ground-only melee attacker is definitely going to be weaker than, like, you know, the Protoss and, like, carriers, or the Terrans and battle cruisers, or, you know, whatever. Hey, what's going on here? I should have, oh, I forgot about this guy. That's probably enough of them. I could try for another 12, but at this point, Hydras make more sense as the backup. I've got enough. I might have enough Hydras for it to have 12 without building any more. I do. Excellent. But there's no real point in stopping with that. Oh, by the way, if I wanted to build more Nidus canals, I'll show you how that works. Let's say I wanted to build a Nidus canal from here directly to that new little spot. That layer I threw down just so I could throw down sunken colonies. He's gonna morph into it. And you know what? Ultimate Zergling are just too much fun to pass up. But eventually it morphs, and I have to place Nidus Canal exit. And I would do this. And it grows. Apparently, building, when you're playing a Zerg versus other Zerg, building a Nidus Canal on their creep is supposed to be a good tactic, but I've never been able to make it work. You always get, they always kill it while it's in this stage still building. And that kills the Nidus Canal on the other end, too. So if this thing were to be attacked and destroyed before it finished, or even after it's finished, this would also explode. But for now, we now have a quick connector between those two bases. Alright, so 1 are these guys. 2, I'm going to switch you to... Well, I'll keep you as 2. This is 3. There's 4. Over here we already have another set of guys ready to go. He'll be 5. So now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you know what? I'm just so freaking close. Although no, I'll run out of pop limit if I do this without building more overlords. I was gonna build another set of ultralisks. Is there even a? There is down there somewhere in all of this. Okay. There's just no way they'll be necessary, though. But I am awfully close. No, not that close. The gas is only inching up, and I would need more gas to do this, too. I'll at least get the pop limit up to 200 so that I have the option later. If somehow this isn't enough to finish them off. Gas is slowly creeping up there, though. Yeah, this is going to be total overkill on this space, but yeah, it's fun. I like the Zerg overkill. Overkill! You get double item drops, so I might end up getting 2 Master Sphere drops instead of 1. Now really I'm just waiting for a couple hundred more of each. Which could come in even as I build. And despite his big talk, Zeratul not really making any moves over here right now. I'm going to be just... I need 600. Come on. Come on, you're right there, gas. Come on. Yes. So we're going to have 24 Ultralisks, 24 Hydralisks, 24 Zerglings. That's actually kind of underwhelming, only 24 Zerglings. And absolutely positively no air support. So, well, the Hydras can take care of any flyers. Air support is not really needed for this. About 1/2 or less of the strength of the Master is probably going to be really needed, but... Oh, I love that sound. When I'm not playing as the Terrans in their last campaign in Brood War, that is. Okay, you guys are now 6. You guys are now 5. You guys are now 4. You guys are now 3. You guys are still 1. And you guys, Lord Alfred, you drew number 2. I feel silly doing this, but just in case somehow Zeratul or one of his ilk sneak past while we're trying to set this shit up, let's do it.
Our forces are under attack.
And they attacked as soon as I attacked, they attacked. Now, there's going to be problems with guys getting in each other's way, of course. But you see this coming for you, you basically know you were doomed.
Under attack.
Zergling are serving a real purpose here in that they are distracting the more powerful guys like Reavers. How did you get over there? They airdropped one of those guys over there just to be a pain in the butt. Because Reavers can do damage to these Ultralisks, don't get me wrong. They won't kill them in one hit, but they will do some damage. Matter of fact, I'm losing Ultralisks here. Zergling are almost gone. As you can see, there's not enough room for all of my attackers to get involved. on, guys, get in there, mix it up.
Protoss, you shall know my wrath. Now you will know the fury of the Queen of Blades.
There's more stuff to destroy. Oh, well, I really feel silly about that big build-up now. I didn't even finish their base off before Kirgan's like, I declare this one over. Oh, well, it took me less than an hour, I think. A little over an hour. So, yeah, they were split between two, the normal blue tribe and the teal plot guys tribe. Which, oddly enough, Zeratul appeared to be part of the plot guy tribe, because when I attacked a plot guy tribe base, but not the first one I attacked, the second one I attacked, dialogue pops up with Zeratul. But the blue guy base was definitely the more threatening, it seemed. Killed 81 units. The blue guys only had I only killed 39 of them, but they did a lot more damage to me. So maybe the teal guys were supposed to be the big threat, but I took them out early? I don't think so. I don't think anything about this was fast. It took over an hour. Lost one structure. I can't even remember what that was. I don't think it counts the building. Oh, it's one of the sunken colonies that I just built to harass their probes, and they came and blew it up with the Reaver. As you can see, I spent a heck of a lot more than they did. And it just makes me look like I'm this really skilled player, but it basically comes down to, in the campaign mode, they give you a large force that you must build up before you will be able to defeat them, but they don't take advantage of what they've got. So basically they just sit there, and you can play the way I like to play, which is to take my time, to turtle behind defenses, to build slowly. Yeah, you can never get away with this against human players of any skill. But it's fun for me. I like it. And I did end up having more points than both the computer players put together, so that's always fun. Cinema. High orbit. Terran Dominion border world char. Yeah, we apparently stopped the Dark Templar from getting off world, and they were the ones who were a threat because they could destroy Cerebrits with energy similar to that of the Overmind. That's what I was getting out of the plot. So if we really stopped them from going anywhere, now the Zerg they're traveling through space. They're warping through space. Didn't the Overmind say something about how he'd touched Zeratul's mind and learned the location of Ire? Tassadar and the Dark Templar Zeratul survived Kerrigan's vicious attacks, but their Templar armies have been decimated. Kerrigan, left behind to hunt down and eradicate the remaining Protoss warriors, begins to scour the burning wastelands of Char for her elusive prey. Meanwhile, the entirety of the extended Zerg swarm teleported through space-time and began its long-awaited invasion of the hated Protoss homeworld of Ire. So wait, all that shit about Kerrigan and the Chrysalis and making sure we only got 2 missions left. We're invading Ire, and she's not coming with? Huh. Go figure.
My children.
What up? Alright, that's it for now. When we come back, folks, the invasion of Ire. And I don't want to spoil anything too much, but it takes more than one mission to sort out the Protoss. So we've got 2 missions left, and they're both going to involve kicking the shit out of the Protoss. The mystical, mysterious Dark Templar, who they are and why they're so mystical and mysterious when all the Protoss are kind of a mystery to a new player at this point, that will get explained during the plot of the Protoss, who will of course be next. But that's 3 videos from now, folks, before we start learning about the Protoss too much. In the next video and in the video after that, we don't need to learn about the Protoss. We need to kill the Protoss. I hope you'll join me for that, folks. I hope you'll join me as a Zerg, who, as far as I can make out from the story, all they want to do is kill Terrans. They didn't start nothing with the Protoss, but the Protoss started. The Zerg gonna end it. That's gonna come up next time, folks. Invasion of Ire. I'll see you then. This is Mysterious JG. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye for now. And remember the words of the Overlords.